Good evening, one all. Welcome back to the channel for another live show tonight. Hope you're all doing very well. We are here to discuss last night's game, a 1-0 victory against Shrewsbury Town away from home, in what was a very unconvincing performance for the most part. And we're going to get into the game, how it happened. We're going to share our reactions, share our thoughts, everything. I would love to hear from you all in the chat as well. Let me know your thoughts of the game as well, as we go along. And yeah, good to see from you in the chat. Make sure you do drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And like I said, make sure you do get your comments in throughout the show, and I will bring them up. But yeah, look, a win, but still so many doubts moving forward with the way we're playing, and thinking about what we're wanting to achieve this season. It just doesn't seem to be getting any better performance-wise, and that is a big concern because, you may get away with it against a team like Shrewsbury, who, no disrespect, I don't sound like derogatory or anything, but Shrewsbury are down at the bottom. They are struggling. They haven't got as much. They've got a lack of quality in their team, so we can't really say that. We can't judge a team based on beating Shrewsbury. Just say, look, it was a good win. And, these are the banana skin type of games that you can go into and get done over on. And Shrewsbury have beaten some sides that nobody thought they would this season as well. So, but yeah, I suppose that is what I mean. But look, we're going to get into it all tonight, and hopefully you guys enjoy the show. But let's get into the comment space before we do begin. Aiden's in the chat. He says, hi mate, hope you're okay. Yeah, big up to you and welcome in. Doing okay, thank you. Hope you're well too. And it says, you lot know what to do. If you're new, subscribe, don't forget to smash the likes. Big up to you, Aiden. Yeah, do what Aiden says, guys. Let's try and get to 10 likes by the end of the stream. That will be fabulous. And also subscribe to the channel, and also share the channel around with your friends and family, anybody that you know. And hit that subscription button. It is free, and it does help the channel a lot. And we are trying to get to 800 subscribers as soon as we can. That would be amazing to get there very soon. But yeah, big up to Adrian. Thank you for that. And it says, good win, but I don't think we deserved it, to be honest. When will Duff learn that sideways and backwards is not the answer in League One? Yeah, I mean, well, look, we're going to get into it, but I agree with what you said. It was a very unconvincing performance for the most part, and really, if you look at the balance of play, they probably deserve to win more than we did. But in football, as we already know, you don't always get what you deserve, and obviously we had that moment of quality in the game, and they obviously lack that quality, in that final third as well. So yeah. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, look, I don't think Duff will ever learn. He'll always just stick to what he thinks, and clearly he's very flat still at the moment. And I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, and we are going to get into last night's game, but I just think, going to the home matches as well, we know how we were earlier on the season. We were performing okay-ish and getting results, and performing not that great, and still getting away with it as well at home earlier in the season. But the problem is now is we're playing badly at home, and we're not getting results at home either. So those, to me, so it's really turned. But we are obviously that's for another day. But I did want to say that because, like I say, it's just really worrying the way we're playing at the moment. It is. Ruffles, by the way, I don't want him to play for us again. He's absolutely useless. Yeah, we haven't got any other options. That is the problem at the moment. And, I think Ruffles is always better suited as a fullback rather than a wing-back. But, yeah, he does get beat far too often. He shies away from tackles, doesn't track his man much either. So yeah, I get your frustration, I do. And it says, Koroma, please give him a contract. Look, JK time, we love it around here, of course. Josh Koroma, he's finding form at the right time of the season, just when we need him most, especially because our other attackers are not doing the business at the moment for us. Ironically, Koroma, who is not an out-and-out striker, is actually performing better than all of our strikers right now. Marshall and him, I think Marshall does need to do more for me, and he's a bit lightweight. You know, he needs to do more matches. You know, I love his desire, his commitment, everything, but I just think that we need, you know, we need to see that end product a little bit more. You know what I mean? Because you know, he does get shrugged off the ball a bit too much for my liking, and I just, yeah. But there is a lot of things that I like about his game as well. And like I say, he's still only young, but he is a player that we have been heavily reliant on this season. So, yeah. But I agree, you know, contract for Koroma probably would make sense, wouldn't it? And Michael's, hi Ryan, hope you're okay. Hope you're okay. Yeah, big up to you, Michael. Hello there. Welcome in. Let me know your thoughts on the game last night. But we're going to get into it then. So obviously the team lineups last night. Obviously, yeah, I actually thought, you know, when I did my live show before the game, the pre-match build-up show, I actually thought we were going to play with a 4-3-3, but it actually turned out, you know, it changed to a 4-2-3-1 on Sky Sports. So I was, you know, obviously I presumed it, you know, they got it wrong. So yeah, obviously Lee Nichols starting goal, a back four of Ruffles, Lees, Balker, and Sorensen. The two deep line midfielders of Kasumu and Hogg, and further forward you've got the likes of Marshall on the right, Wiles, you know, as the cam, and Chirawa on the left, and Koroma up front. But look, obviously, like I said, there were a few headlines from that line. It wasn't there, obviously. And I usually get the graphic up, don't I? Blooming heck, I'm not with it this evening. But yeah, obviously, you kind of remember this from last night anyway, guys. But so yeah, obviously Josh Koroma came in to replace Charles. Spencer began his suspension last night, so yeah, he was missing. Ruffles into the defence. Hogg starts as captain as well. Beating captain Aina was on the bench, which was nice to see, wasn't it? Herbie Kane misses out with an injury. Now it has been confirmed, guys, well, which just makes no difference, not difference, no surprises at all with this diagnosis of how long he's going to be out for. 8 weeks out with an injury. It is unbelievable the negligence of our medical department is utterly shambolic. You know, why is it that these players are pulling up so easily, and then most times they're always out for 6 to 8 weeks? Why is that? What the heck is going on? So, oh yeah, Kane out for 2 months. So it's just unbelievable, isn't it? It's so annoying and infuriating. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Let's remove this and let's put me back into the centre here now. Hello to Bing, how are you doing? Good to see you in the chat. How are you doing? Let me know what you thought about the game, and you actually have done anyway, so don't know why I said that. Very lucky again, but important win to help us. Yeah, no, I agree. Very nicely summarised and very, you know, simply put, really. So yeah, no, I agree. It was very lucky, but you know, we did get the win. Kane out with a knee injury for 8 weeks. Yeah, no, I just kind of covered that now. Yeah, it's just so gutting, isn't it? You know, it's just so annoying, but what can you do? But look, let's get into the first half. Look, I mean, it was a very shaky start, wasn't it, from us, really? Panic early on, you know, Lee's getting caught in possession just outside his own box. Not the first time that's happened. He's so clumsy with the ball at his feet. The ball gets rolled to Nichols, who clearly sees a poor one, directly back to Shrewsbury. It did come to nothing in the end, but it just gave Shrewsbury that confidence, that bit of confidence that needed to start the game. So I think we started very sluggishly, and there wasn't much improvements. Koroma obviously with a really nice driving run with the ball, slips through a ball to Marshall, and then he just finds it wide. So we're talking about that, at least just test the keeper. Marshall needs to test the keeper more and ultimately get a few more goals than he's doing at the moment. And that's not being harsh on him. It's just, I love a lot of things that I see from Marshall, and I've said it on this channel. I do like what I see from him, but he needs to be better. He does need to be better, and that's just me being truthful. But look, two big chances to follow for Shrewsbury as well here to open the score. This was where they were really getting, getting a lot of joy. The best spell of the game, and could have been ahead and should have been ahead really, with a close range effort from Marquise, just missing the target. So yeah, it was a bad miss that. But we were trying to apply a bit of pressure, and we were trying to, getting back into the game. But it was just so stop-start, wasn't it? A couple of corners, but yet again, the delivery into the box, again, just not good enough. Just not good enough. I'm telling you, why is it that we always struggle to beat the first man with our deliveries? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't expect, Wiles was taking all of these corners, but I don't expect our players to get everything right, every delivery right. But when there's more going to the first man than there is, when there's more going to the first man than actually going past the first man, then that's a big worry. But so I don't know why we weren't mixing the corners up in terms of the takers of the corners. So yeah, no, it was dreadful, And again, we were nearly gifted a goal as Shrewsbury's goalkeeper comes out of his box and tries to head it away. He doesn't get good contact on the ball, and it falls into Koroma's path. And then Koroma tries to curl it into the goal, but their defender gets back to head it up over the top. That was the first real big chance for us in the game. And yeah, obviously Koroma was a bit unlucky, but just couldn't quite get that, accuracy on the ball to make sure it went in. But half time, obviously it was 0-0 at half time, and it was just another really boring and dull half of football from both sides, really. Hard to see which team is in the playoffs and which is sat in the relegation zone. That's how poor we were as well. We were getting pressed, and then we were resorting to pumping it long, which is, really encouraged Shrewsbury to get us from the off. But again, we're doing the same thing over and over again. That hasn't worked before. We haven't got a target man. So why are we just pumping the ball long? I'll never know. There's no logic in that to me whatsoever. But yeah, there were a lot of work to be done at half time for Duff, and we haven't really carved out any opportunities yet again. Apart from one big chance, nothing, and it was just dreadful. A dreadful first half. We were talking before the game, weren't we, about can we actually play well for a 90 minute? Can we actually play well for a full game? No, clearly we can't, because again, the same old story, unfortunately. Well, let's get to the comments, because I have missed a few. I apologise, but yeah. Aiden says, can't wait for Duff to stay tomorrow at the Balk out for 3 weeks. Yeah, you just think that every time there's a press conference, there's always going to be bad news in there. Always going to be bad news. It's just got tiresome now. It really has. That would be the tip of the iceberg, wouldn't it, if Balk was out for weeks. Same first half performance as usual. Same every week. Bing says, yeah, no, I agree. It was awful, wasn't it? Can I just ask, right, how did Balk stay on the pitch yesterday? Yeah, it does. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. I don't know. I just think Balcarrat's been a bit poor lately, hasn't he, as well? So I don't know. Who knows? But he's one of those. Joshua's in, Stephen. I hope you're well. Hello, Joshua. How are you doing? Good to see you. Same thing every week for the last 5-6 years. I mean, it has been very repetitive, hasn't it, over the last few years. Joshua says Shrewsbury has been good under Gareth Evans since they won against Wrexham. Yeah, look, but again, I go back to it. Both teams weren't that great last night, and they weren't at the races, and we weren't at the races for the most part of the game. Just one moment of quality got us over the line. But yeah, no, look, obviously Gareth Evans was a good manager, but they are in the league table where the league table doesn't lie. You know what I mean? And they are where they are for a reason. So yeah. Bing says Michael Duff out with an injury for 100. I mean, if manager gets injured, just pretty much sums it up, wouldn't it? Next his assistant's going to get injured, and then honestly. Michael says overall not a convincing performance. We're looking like it was going to be 0-0, but good goal by Koroma. Yeah, no, I agree. He was looking like it was going to be 0-0. It wasn't convincing, wasn't it? But look, into the second half then, and obviously Shrewsbury still looking the more dangerous from what I was watching, from what I was hearing, and obviously, watch back the extended highlights today as well, just to kind of have a feel of the game. It's kind of hard to judge who's got, the edge, when you're watching highlights, but you know what I mean. But yeah, obviously from the commentary that I was listening to last night, yeah, it certainly sounded like that anyway. That Shrewsbury came out looking the more dangerous of the two sides early on in the second half, and I just think, what was the team talk at half time as well? Why was there no reaction from that team talk as well? I'm not too sure what was said at half time, but it clearly didn't work for us because we came out and were playing the exact same way that we started the first half. So I don't know. Look, obviously Shrewsbury were very direct, weren't they? That was the tactic. It caused our defence problems all problems all season, didn't it? And same. It was the same again tonight. That directness of opponents seems to catch us out more often than not. But look, Duff made his first change. Obviously, Wiles came off for Evans, who came on to the pitch. There was a little glimmer of a chance for us again, from a corner, but it was cleared just about by Shrewsbury. But then Shrewsbury hit the bar. Hogg, with an awful touch, lapse of concentration, clearly sets Shrewsbury straight up with a great chance that sees a resulting shot just to get deflected up and onto the top of the bar. It was very fortunate that did stay out. That did stay out of the net. Tawanda Chora, and every time I say his name, I say it differently every time. It's crazy. Chirawa came off for Charles, a double substitution here. Hogg came off for Hodge. But yeah, into the final 20 minutes of the game, it still remained 0-0. It was we had created a big chance though. Best chance of the night for us. Fell to Koroma. But again, he kills his close range effort just wide of the post. Again, you're thinking to yourself, is it going to be one of those nights where we just aren't able to find that goal? But fear not, guys. In the 82nd minute, JK, aka Josh Koroma, came up with a moment of quality just when we needed it. He stepped up to put the ball into the roof of the net from a tight angle, a very good finish. Obviously, great celebration down the corner. Look, we probably didn't deserve it, but we lead. We won the 10 minutes, and at the end of the day, it only takes one moment of quality to get a goal, and that's what we did. Koroma, the moment. I said it, didn't I, in the review show of our game against Barnsley? I said it, didn't I? Koroma. Now he's got that goal, I won't be surprised to see him go on and get a few more goals now, because he's very much a confidence type player. And, he managed to get another goal. So yeah, it was a great finish from a tight angle. So fair play to him. Really good finish. Marshall came off as well after that for Ladapo. Yet again, Marshall did work tirelessly in the match. Might not have gone all his way, but he puts in a great shift every single game, and that is one thing that you can always say about Marshall. Always gives you 110%. Absolutely. A huge chance for us just to finish the game off as well. Ladapo slipped in by Kasumu, but Ladapo strikes it low and it's straight at the goalkeeper. And he's, squandered that chance. So yeah, it was a huge moment to kill off the game, but didn't happen. But yeah, look, the game fizzled out and it finished 1-0. So look, like I said, it wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but we just about got the job done thanks to a smart finish from Koroma. Back-to-back away league wins keeps us firmly in the playoffs in 5th place right now in the league after tonight's round of results as well. Man of the match we're going to get into in a moment, but obviously pretty simple, isn't it, really? But yeah, overall, though, additional thoughts before we do get into the player ratings and go back to the comments in a moment. Well, look, it was literally the same old dull football once again. And, we were fortunate to win the game considering Shrewsbury were the better side in the first half and had big spells in the second half as well. But one moment of quality by Koroma saves the day for us. And I just have to laugh that, I was obviously tweeting throughout the game, sharing my thoughts on the game last night. And see, I was branded negative again, stop complaining, you aren't a fan. All these words by the happy clappers of this fan base as they like to continue to live in that fake positivity bubble when all I was posting is what I was actually listening to, as it was described on the radio. I wasn't doing anything wrong. But again, it's all these buzzwords that I get branded with just because, I'm not going to be delusional because we've won a football game, yeah? And I'm not going to be going over giddy and excited about a win. I'm sorry. The eyes don't lie to you, And what we saw last night was a performance. Yes, we got the job done in the end, but it was nowhere near good enough. And because I speak out against this, it's always branded the same, stuff that's thrown at me. But it just makes me laugh now, guys. It just goes over my head. I'll always speak the truth, but like I said, because we scored a goal last night, it's the very best performance all of a sudden by these fans that just are completely delusional in my eyes. And I'm not going to sit here and wax lyrical about a win when it wasn't convincing again, guys. It was a win. I'm happy with one, of course, but I'm not going to go into this over giddy, excited mode that a lot of this fan base likes to do. And everything's all perfect. When we win a game, it's all perfect, and it just makes you laugh. So yeah, I'm not going to wax lyrical if it isn't earned. And like I said, other than that one moment of quality from JK, there wasn't anything hardly to shout about at all. Again, let's get into the comments though. Did anyone else think the ball hit the side netting? I did. I had to look see if the fans were celebrating. Yeah, no, it did look a bit funny, didn't it? That I agree. Yeah, but yeah, no, it went in to our delight, and of course, yeah, it got us the 3 points. So yeah, no, but I know what you mean. That for that split second, you thought, has it gone in? And then you realise, obviously, then the celebrations after. Hudlin is injured at Newport. How ironic. Oh, is he? Can't escape us even if you go on loan. Yeah, no, I agree. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, Hudlin is one of those players that is quite injury prone, I think, from my understanding, when he was in the B team for us as well. But I am going to put the link in the chat, guys, and we're going to go through our player ratings. But if you do want to come on and have your say live on air, I'm going to open up the stream to people to come on and have their say. But you do need a camera on, unless I do know you, and then that is fine. But I'm not going to take any unnecessary risks this evening. well, anytime, I learned my lesson very quickly on this platform to be very careful with who you let on the stream because, yeah, so if you want to come on, there is a link, guys. If you want to come on and have your say live on air, come and have a chat. Let me know what you thought of the game, how you think the seat, anything really, what you make of Duff so far and all. We can just kind of come on and say what you want, really, about all things Huddersfield Town, indeed. But look, let's get to the player ratings. And some very happy player ratings. Let me know yours in the comments as we go along if you like. Lee Nichols, of course, in goal. For me, he gets a 6. Saved well from that looping Shrewsbury corner that was headed towards the far bottom corner. Had to come out and punch under pressure a couple of times as well. And looked nervy as he punted the ball at a non-rushing opponent later as well. But thankfully, no harm done. But yeah, for me, he does get a 6. He's not the highest of ratings, but he didn't have a right lot to do. And when he did, there was a few shaky moments from him. So I'm going to go for a 6 with Nichols. Sorensen, next up, gets an 8 from me. Twice showed that great awareness to stop Shrewsbury from getting tap-ins off crosses from the other flank in the first half. Each as good, them are just as good as a goal, aren't they, really? Kept that up with the rest of his defending. Got himself out of tight spaces several times as well. Lovely ball to find Charles as he sent Anthony Evans away to set up Josh Koroma's goal as well. Yeah, it was a good ball, wasn't it, from Koroma? Not Koroma, from Evans for the goal. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. So yeah, big up to Evans. Balka, for me, gets a 6. There's no doubt about it. He will have gone off the pitch covered in bruises after being clattered a few times, including a couple of collisions with Nichols as well. But yeah, did all right, but still, obviously maybe struggling a little bit. Playing 2 games a week it seems, but yeah, he came through it with no injury. Lees, for me, he gets a 6. He did do a lot of balls that were sent his way, but there's sometimes a few moments shakiness. Maybe a 7, maybe for Lees actually. Some good last-ditch work to get across and deflect that John Marquis strike onto the bar later on as well. So he was getting his body on the line a little bit more in this game compared to what we've seen in the past. Josh Ruffles gets a 6 from me. Made his first start in over 2 months with Brody Spencer suspended. Thought he was good in the first half, actually, and quieter after the break. Did well with what he had to do on and off the ball, in my opinion. Found himself overloaded at times early on, those, no fault of his own. Shades of Ollie turning against Blackpool at times as well. But we were able to get that flank plugged up and got away with giving the ball away just outside the box late on as well, Ruffles. But yeah, apart from that, I think he did. He was fairly okay. He was fairly good. Ben Wiles. Look, for me, Ben Wiles gets a 4. Very poor, guys. Just not good enough. Like I said, he had plenty of license to come inside from the right-hand side when it was 4-4-2 at one point, and we switched up the formation to the 4-2-3-1. Not in the game as much as he would have liked, and went off just before the hour, having had little impact on the game. So yeah, it's very poor in my opinion, not good enough. Kasumu gets a 6. Like I said, we know what to expect from Kasumu now. He's a great player, gets stuck in, does the dirty work for you. Always keeps going for the team, always gives 110%. Did plenty of work at both ends of the field, right until the last moment. So yeah, look, really good performance from him. So for me, it gets a 6. Hogg, for me, gets a 5. Started well, but began to show some frustrations towards the end of that first half, didn't he? And went in the book as well for that rash challenge just before the hour. Gave the ball away just outside the box to help Shrewsbury get a big chance, and so he will have been thankful that nothing happened. Well, the ball didn't go in the back of the net, but look, Leeds had to bail him out in that instance. Chirua, gets a 6. I think there was, his performance full of plenty of good running and beat men for fun at times. He really does love to take on his man as a winger, as you'd expect from a winger. But he gets past his man quite a lot. But didn't have the quality or decision making he did at the end of those runs. That's the problem, though, in this game. He needed to make that end product be better, and unfortunately, he wasn't able to do that in this one. He did help Ruffles a bit more at times early on, but in fairness, did start doing that after a couple of ones. Yeah, so he needed to kind of like help Ruffles a bit more, track back a little bit more, but he did start doing that after a couple of warnings from Shrewsbury. Marshall gets a 4. Look, I did say he gives you full-on commitment, 110%, but a very busy player, but he was a bit quiet at the same time as well, particularly in the second half. Not quite on the same page as Koroma either. On a couple of occasions, you saw that for the match. So yeah, look, a bit of a flat performance from him, but like I said, you can't fault his work rate and effort and his application. Always trying his best, but we just need to have more of more. He just needs to be a little bit better on a more consistent basis. But of course, he's playing the most senior minutes he's ever done in his life. So yeah, because like I say, he did come in with limited senior experience. So yeah, he's doing just fine for me at the moment. Really good. But yeah, just want to see a bit more for sure. And Josh Koroma, look, Josh Koroma was outstanding, and he is my man of the match. Absolutely easy decision. Obviously, throughout the game, he had that first half effort headed off the line, as I spoke about earlier. Was unlucky not to get that in. And then obviously he took over from Chirua on the left wing for the closing stages. Shot wide of the far post from that great chance created by Joe Hodge just after the midfielder's introduction, but made no mistake as he put away that Anthony Evans low cross to give us the lead. I thought he was brilliant. I really did. And for me, like I said, I don't know if it's a score, but I'm going to give him an 8. I think he was very good. Brilliant. And long may it continue, guys. Because we need him right now, don't we? We need him desperately because nobody else is chipping in with goals at the moment. So we need him to keep firing, but we also need the other lads to get in the goals as well. Can't just rely on one player, but it kind of helps build a bit of confidence, Koroma himself, but also just kind of alleviates the pressure off the other guys to get goals, but they know that they need to be scoring goals. Well, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? If somebody's contributing the goals for us, but you know what I mean, but they know that they need to start scoring as well, but it kind of just alleviates that pressure a little bit, but still there's pressure because they need, our forwards need to be scoring goals. And like I said earlier, ironically, our winger, who can play as a striker, but he's not his best position, is getting the goals for us at the moment. So yeah. On the bench, Evans came on for Wiles, back from an injury setback and took over like for like from Wiles. Great run and fantastic ball across the face of the goal for Koroma to score. As I said, you get a nice assist. So, yeah, I mean, look, I'll give him a 7. I think he did well when he came on. Charles came on for the final 20 minutes. Went up front alongside Marshall with Koroma going left wing. Lovely pass for Evans to set up the goal as well, so he was involved in the goal. Good footwork to retain the ball high up as well, the pitch, and help us see out the game. So, for me, I think Charles did well. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Joe Hodge. Look, he looked bright when he came in, didn't he? He has been a bit shaky. He's not been the best, has he? I said it on the past. I think he needs to do more. did come on and do a bit more this time. So he created that chance for Koroma as well. Good run on the counter attack. Look, he likes to get on the ball. He's good, and he always wants the ball. But yeah, he's just not really hit the ground running yet. But look, there's still a lot of time. There's still, you know what I mean. He has had a big injury setback as well this season. Surprise, an injury for a player that's not even ours, but we've even got him injured. But yeah, look, Hodges. Hopefully now that's it for him from now until the end of the season, and he can really help us achieve our goals come the end of the season. So there's still plenty of time for him to make a big impact as well. But Darpo came on obviously too late. Sorry, so yeah, I'm not giving him a rating. And yeah, a few new substitutions: Chapman, Aina, and Turton. But guys, sorry for not going to the comments, but I will get into the comments now. Koroma was the best player today, I think, apart from the goal. He did really well. Yeah, no, I agree. Dean, I think he was brilliant, wasn't he? Really good. And yeah, you can't complain. He's doing the business for us at the moment, isn't he? And yeah, it's good to see him getting back to some run of form. And like I said, he's a very much confidence player. So the fact is that he scored 2 in the last 2 games. He will be full of confidence going into the weekend's game as well. So yeah, hopefully that bodes well for us. Being says nothing against you, just don't trust websites I don't know. What are you talking about? The StreamYard? No, the StreamYard link, mate. He just takes you straight through to me, and then obviously I'll let you on the show. So yeah, no, there's no dodgy link in the chat. Don't worry. Shrewsbury should have won. Never mind, lost, but definitely lucky today. Yeah, no, yesterday, you mean. But yeah, no, we were lucky. But yeah, that is my player ratings for the match. But anybody, if you want to kind of make sure you do drop a like on the video, guys. If you are in here right now, it would mean a lot to me. And as I said, come and join in the chat. If you want to come on, I'll post the link again. Come on and have your say live on air. Good to speak from you. But look, it was just the same old story from us, just to summarise before we kind of end the show very soon. It was the same old story performance-wise, but we managed to get the job done. That first half was absolutely dreadful. So again, the theme is continuing, guys, with the first half being really poor. And in the second half, we're showing a lot better moments in the second half of games. But you just can't afford to do that. And especially against the best teams in the division. And if we do get in the playoffs, then we can't afford to be going missing for a half of football. We're going to get punished massively. So it is a concern, and I just hope that we can, start to be a bit more consistent and actually start games well, rather than letting the opposition settle down and gain confidence from that. I don't understand why we allow teams to come at us, and why can't we just shower intent early on and get in their faces early on, and put them under pressure and create some moments. But no, it wasn't great. But look, a win is a win at the end of the day. We will of course take it. And the Koroma, as I said, but our man of the match, he played the full game, 3 duels won, 3 shots on target, and he had 29 touches in total in the game. Obviously, the one goal, the crucial goal that gave us all 3 points. And Michael says Koroma was my man of the match. Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I mean, to be fair, I've actually forgotten to get the stats up on the screen, guys. But if anybody's interested, obviously, we did have 59% of the ball. They had 41%. How many shots? We had 14 shots to their 8. 4 of those were on target for us. 1 on target for them. And yeah, obviously, that's basically the main kind of key stats there that we tend to go into. But yeah, I think I've kind of summarised how I feel about the game. It's just another day at the office. we get the job done, and that's what you know what I mean. And now, obviously, with that win, we are now 5 points off 7th, so we've got that cushion between ourselves and Charlton, who are just outside the playoffs. So we've got 5 points to work with now, and yeah, that's kind of feel a little bit better about the situation, especially the league table now, because obviously they were only a few points in going into this game. It was very, very tight, but we've seemed to have, pulled away a little bit again now for that victory. So that makes it all even more important, doesn't it? But we go on to the next one. But Dinks, I'll be at the match on Saturday. Nice one. Yeah, I'll be there as well. Of course, love going to the home games, and obviously on a season ticket for a good while now. So yeah, obviously, I'll be there, and hopefully another win. Looking forward to it. Yeah, no, absolutely, mate. Hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully we all enjoy it. But I mean, I can't say I've gone into any game. I can't say I've come away from any game thinking to myself, I enjoyed that today. I enjoyed that. That's this kind of season that we're having, guys. It's very flat. I just think it is concerning. You know what I mean? How we are getting. You know what I mean? We're just allowing the opponents to settle down, create chances, and we made Shrewsbury look good in that first half. Too much backwards and sideways football from our point of view again. Slow, hoofball in the first half. Just hoofing the ball upfield just doesn't work, guys, and we seem to be consistently doing. And this is what I have a big thing about Duff at the moment, is because look, anybody can set out a team to just say, you know what, lads, hoof the ball upfield when you get it and hope for the best. That is not a plan. That is not any kind of I go back to it, and I'm going to kind of go back to what I was saying during the match last night on X, where I was getting loads of people calling me negative. But let's have a look at what I said last night. And yeah, look, in the first half, my reaction was, look, we really have to be doing so much better. I said, what are we actually playing at? Duff, once again, for me, he showed how tactically inept he is as well. Never learns his lesson. Just does the same thing over and over again. No pattern of play, and too much sideways, backwards football, and then hoof the ball upfield and hope for the best with our 5'9", 10 strikers. Unbelievable. I just think it was a poor wrong formation, no obvious patterns of play. Awful. It's just the basics that we're doing so badly at the moment as well, guys, isn't it? The awful first touches, you know what I mean? Too many misplaced passes. It's nowhere near good enough. And as I also said, anyone could do what Duffy's doing right now. His football is up. I said his football is up there. His football is up there with the worst I've seen at the club as a manager. It's one of the worst. And I can't see him bringing success here, guys, and I stand by that statement. And as we know, we aren't going anywhere with our board either. The likes of Cartwright running the show at the top, not going anywhere with him in charge, I'm afraid. And it's pretty damn obvious, other than the chairman, who seems to be so naive and gullible and thinking he knows best. I could do what Duff could do. Yeah, no, exactly. You might as well get a fan on the touchline if you're going to just keep telling the lads to hoof the ball upfield with no reason behind it. What's the point? Anybody can go on and say hoof it forward and hope. Yeah, exactly. My Twitter, and I've still got the player rating, but my Twitter is HTFTV8 on Instagram. Or if you just type in Huddersfield Town Fan TV, you'll find me, don't worry. And look, they were all over us. So I put they're all over. This is embarrassing. Seems we're doing our very best to make sure we lose the game. Yeah, it felt like we were just trying to lose the game, guys, didn't it? And it's a shambles, and Duff hasn't a clue. And I stand by that, even if we won the game. Koroma provided the moment of quality. Now, it doesn't distract me from the performance. It might distract a lot of people that want to be living in, fake positivity land and delusional land. But I'm not going to do that. So that's just me. I just thought we were getting outplayed at times by a side who are 22nd, and that's not disrespect to Shrewsbury, but it was awful. It was awful, as it is every week. I also made a comment as well about the atmosphere. How Duff's been saying about the atmosphere as being flat at home at the John Smiths, and I said that he can't ever have the cheek to say that again, because his football, his snooze fest football all season. What is there to be excited about? It's the same rubbish every week and nothing to get excited about. No wonder there's no noise in the stadium at home games, and it won't change with him in charge, I'm afraid, because he isn't bringing any kind of pattern of play or style of football to the table that we can get behind and be excited about. I just thought, again, you look at our vulnerabilities, another game where we're weaker, slower, and under pressure. We're bullied off the ball far too easily as a team, as a collective, against teams that have a lot of physicality. It really is poor. And I thought this guy, also repost something as well. The fact this guy on X said, "Great that Koroma scores again, but damning that after all the money spent on strikers over the last couple of years, he's still our most potent forward." Yeah, he does. He says it all. But yeah, I've kind of covered everything that I want to say on the show really tonight. Hopefully we are at 10 likes, guys. If you haven't liked the stream, do make sure you do like the stream. And subscribe to the channel as well. And share the channel around with your friends and family. Let's try and get to 800, guys. If you can put a share on your social media pages for the channel to get people to subscribe, that would be fantastic. It would really mean a lot to me. Bing says, Nagel is your typical American. I mean, naive, doesn't know the game in England at all, and he's continuing to persist with his best mates. They're doing a crap job, basically. So, yeah, it's a recipe for disaster, I'm afraid. Mads, hopefully we didn't pick up any injuries. Balka's collision with Nichols didn't look good. Yeah, no, he did come off the pitch, didn't he, Balka, with a lot of bruises. And because he was getting clattered so much in the game, but seemed to be okay, so fingers crossed. But again, I'm not holding my breath, because we'll see tomorrow in the press conference if we have picked up any injuries, because it just seems like every press conference that we have, there's always another injury. It's tiresome. It really is. It's a brilliant live stream, mate, of the town. Yeah, thank you very much, Ian. I appreciate that, and thanks for your comments and contributions. Things up the town, have a good day, mate, and hopeful for a win Saturday. Yeah, up the town, and yeah, look, hopefully we can, but yeah, I think I've kind of wrapped it up. A win is a win, very unconvincing for large parts of the game. One moment of quality from Koroma saved the day to give us back-to-back wins away from home. So yeah, let's see what happens in the weekend, but I will be back for the preview show, guys, for our game at the weekend against Peterborough. Yeah, it's Peterborough at the weekend, back at our home at John Smith's. So I'm probably going to do that stream on Friday evening. So join us at around 6 o'clock once again for that preview show. Hopefully you'll see you there. But thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support. as Josh Koroma saves the day for the Terriers to give us another massive 3 points as we try and cement our place in the playoffs. But guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe, take care. And like I said, drop a like on the way out, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below if you are watching this on playback as well. It would be very, very, very much appreciated if you can go and show me some support here. And yeah, until the next time, up the town. I'll see you very, very soon. Have a good rest of your evening, guys. And I'm out.